There's a rabbi who he's an Orthodox Hasidic rabbi who I follow quite a bit, who part of his life's work is to help addicts and alcoholics. And he published a book a number of years ago, which was huge for me. It's called God of Our Understanding. His name is Rabbi Shais Taub, and he's got a lot of YouTube, videos where he's talking about addiction and recovery. And he puts it best, I think. He kind of, in terms of explaining why it seems like people like us seem to have a propensity for this. He coined a phrase in his book he calls a spiritual canary. And what it is, if you're familiar with the canary in the coal mine,
Right.
Back in the day, they would open up a new mine shaft. They would take a canary down with them, and the canary tweet, everything's good. And then a few minutes later, oh look, the canary's taking a nap in the bottom of the cage. No, that means there's toxic gas. Everybody out. The canary is not a toxicologist. I'm completely, totally, stealing all of Rabbi Taub's licks right now. Okay. The canary is not a toxicologist. The canary is just more sensitive to this kind of, negative stimuli, in this case, toxic gas, for whatever reason. So all human beings have this desire, this need to want to connect. I think that's one of the reasons why all the isolation from the pandemic over the last year has been so devastating, because, all human beings have this need to connect to something, either another human being or a power greater than themselves, But for whatever reason, there's some people who are even more sensitive to that disconnection. One time Rabbi Taub was giving a talk to some educators and some parents, I think, and it was about a third grade class. And they asked him if he could look at a third grade class and predict who the possible alcoholics or addicts would end up being, okay? And he said, no, I can't. Nobody can predict that. But I can tell you this, it's probably not the person who you think. It's probably not the kid who's being really disruptive, who's being angry all the time and hitting other kids. It's probably the kid in the back who's really quiet, who's writing poetry or drawing pictures. That's probably the kid who might end up as an addict or alcoholic, So he calls people like me, people like us, spiritual canaries. We're maybe a little bit more sensitive to that feeling of disconnect. And we have to have something that connects us, whether it's music, whether it's drugs or alcohol, whether it's gambling, process behavior, whatever. We have to have something. We have to find some kind of spiritual program, hopefully. So, and I think a lot of artists and musicians and people who are creative have that pre-wiring, that makes us sensitive to, that enables us to be able to create art, but it also gives us this incredible. Rabbi Taub, talks about it. It's existential angst. Existence hurts. Mm-hmm. Being here and being separate from the everything, from the one, hurts. And we have to find something that's going to numb that, that's going to, take that away. And, a lot of us end up in the arts as a creative way of trying to express that.
Yeah. Wow. That's really deep. I like that. I have to look into that a lot more. So, now we're going to lighten it up just a little bit.